It's Spider here, NextGenTactics.com. This is another Crysis 2 multiplayer video. This time we're playing Capture the Relay, and the map is called Lighthouse. And before we get into the match, I'm going to go through my class configuration specifically for Capture the Relay. And I'm the runner, I'm the rusher, I'm the runner, I'm the one who, I want to get in there. I want to grab the flag, or the relays, the flag. It's like capture the flag, basically. I want to capture the relays, and, I need mobility, I need speed, I need stealth. So that's what my class configuration is going to be about. So we're going to look on here, and, I'll get into the map a little bit as we're playing, but Lighthouse is one of the more difficult maps, just because it's long and narrow. Okay, so again, looking at mobility, my weapon is the feline submachine gun, and if I go into the weapons, the feline has the best mobility of all the weapons, obviously. Even over the shotguns, it has, one tick better mobility than the Jackal or the Marshall, and even the K-Volt. The K-Volt's a little less mobile than the feline. And I don't have any attachments, and, I harp on having a suppressor, but the problem is, in this game, and it's a little bit, maybe it's realistic, as you add attachments to your weapon, your mobility decreases. So if I were to pick a reflex sight and a suppressor and extended mag, then I've just dropped 3 bars on my mobility. So nothing, no attachments whatsoever. Use the iron sights. They're pretty decent. You're going to show up on the minimap, the radar, whatever. That's not the point. We want to be as quick as possible. All right, and the same thing goes with our secondary. The M12 Nova has the best mobility, or highest mobility out there, over the Hammer, the AY69, and the Majestic. Alright, so that's what we're going to use there. Frag, I usually use frag. I don't use the flash. I guess there's a launcher. I haven't used it at all. Sticking with the frag. Alright, the suit modules. Proximity alarm. Proximity alarm is awesome. Alright, so, and as you progress, as you use the proximity alarm, there are certain challenges that you complete, and you unlock upgrade 2 and upgrade 3 for the modules. So, initially the proximity alarm gives you an automatic warning when an enemy is nearby. Upgrade 2 gives you increased warning frequency when an enemy is nearby. So, the closer they get, the higher the frequency of alarm. And then upgrade 3 is maximum warning frequency when an enemy is nearby. So this is highly effective. Like I can tell when people are coming towards me. Not only do you have an indication on your mini map that they're close by, but there's an audio cue as well that lets you know they're there. So it's very important, and I think it's better than any of the other the modules for my purposes here. Okay, so the second module, the stealth, that was the armor. The stealth, we're going to do Covert Ops, and reduces the sound of footsteps. Upgrade 2 is provides protection from the Ceph airstrike bonus, but typically I don't run into that a lot. The Ceph is a 7 kill streak reward for the enemy team, and I try not to let them get kill streaks of 7. So, upgrade 2 is not that great for me. Upgrade 3. Though enemy footsteps are louder within range, so it just gives me a better. Again, couple that with the proximity alarm, and I know exactly when guys are coming at me, and I know pretty much which direction they're coming from as well. All right, so our last suit module, which is the power module, mobility enhance. Okay, very, very, very important for rushing, especially on the Lighthouse map. I can rush from one end of the map to the next. And, without reducing, or I'm pretty much reducing my energy to 0, but I've ran across the entire map, like sprinted across the entire map. So, again, mobility enhanced, reduced energy drain from sprinting and jumping. Upgrade 2 is increases the ledge grab speed, and upgrade 3, faster firing after sprinting. So that's my class, and I think it's very, very effective, especially for running relays, and even in some, I use this probably in most of the other game modes, although I will put attachments on the feline if I'm running out of the game, like a team deathmatch or whatnot. So that's the class, and let's get into the gameplay. Alright, so we're getting into the gameplay now. And one thing I will note, I'm not actually running the M12 in this game. I was running a different secondary. What I will try to do, and I don't know if anybody can answer this or not, but you know, I'm not sure if mobility actually impacts you overall or just when the weapon is equipped. So, you know, I've got my SMG and I have my handgun, but if it's not equipped, will that mobility still impact me? You know what I mean? So, you know, if I switch to the handgun, does that mean I can all of a sudden run faster because, you know, I have less weight, but I'm still carrying the SMG? So I just have to verify that because, you know, maybe it makes sense to switch to your secondary and sprint across the map instead of having the primary out. So a guy just went by. You can tell, you know, the proximity alarm. You've got that red indicator on the bottom left of your mini-map, and I should have actually grabbed the relay because that indicator was lit up, and the audio cue is also there. So, you know, when someone's getting close, that the visual indicator will go red, and then there's a guy like right here, and then your audio indicator will you know, start indicating the enemy is getting closer when they get closer. So, and the frequency of the audio alarm or audio sound, nice frag, Spider. You know, the frequency will increase the closer they get. So like I said, very, very effective. And you can watch right here, like I'm going to sprint across the entire map, and we don't really have enough time to capture the relay, unfortunately. But yeah, I can sprint across the entire map. I mean, I'm not cloaked. I could cloak, but you know, there's nobody in the middle of the map, and you know, if I were to do it with the cloak, I would likely, you know, sprint until my energy is almost depleted, find a spot to cover and reduce, or find a spot to take cover and replenish my energy, or let the energy recharge, and then sprint to the next position. So you just sort of do it in stages as opposed to sprinting across the entire map. Okay, so here's round 2. Like I said, unfortunately, we came in a little late. I'm trying to get around this stupid thing. Oh my god. Anyways, and I hate spawning way back here. Like, look at my teammates. Like, they're spawned halfway across the map already. I mean, I want to be spawned up there so I can go rush in and grab the relay. So I'm going to sprint across here. A lot of guys go up the middle, so, you know, if you stick to one side or the other, oftentimes you can make it the entire way without being seen. And okay, so I'm going to slide into cover here. The one thing with the, you know, capture the relay, you want to have full energy when you grab the relay. Okay, you don't want to come in sprinting with, you know, cloaked and then grab it. You want to be able to grab it and have a full energy meter so that you can sprint. And I'm pretty sure, like, I don't really see much use in cloaking when you have the module. I mean, number one, you're already on the map, and I think your cloaking ability is actually reduced. I'm not for certain, but your energy meter as well is going to deplete that much more quickly. So, you know, just sprint. Don't use your cloak. Don't use your armor. Just sprint and hope to God that you can, you know, I'm going to use the word deke in and out of cover as much as possible. So I've gotten pretty good. This is actually my most recent game that I'm posting here. I think I have one other one that I saved after this one, but it's pretty recent. So I'm actually getting really, really used to, you know, using the cloak, rushing in, switching out of cloak into armor before I fire, which is, you know, highly important. And it's very, very effective. If you can do that fairly quickly, you just got to be careful. You can't do it so quickly that ooh, that was lucky. You can't do it so quickly because, you know, you have to wait maybe a second or whatever. If you switch into armor and shoot right away, oftentimes you'll still have sort of your cloak enabled and it'll deplete your energy. So I've done that a few times where I try to do it too quickly and end up failing. So I think there's a guy down here. Oh, there he is. Crap. It's pretty difficult sometimes to see these guys when they're cloaked, especially when you have your armor on. Oh, melee! Nice. Okay, so I got the orbital strike. So I'm going to call that in. May as well... Oh, I can't call it in on their spawn. See that? I couldn't actually move it down further into their spawn, which is probably a good thing. But I don't think I end up getting any kills here. I'll take this guy out if I can. Yes. I'll get that dog tag. I'm one away from a Ceph. And you'll see the Ceph once I get it here. So I'm going to, you know, I'm not going to rush the target this time. Oh, crap. No, I didn't get it. Oh. Yes. There we go. Ceph airstrike. Alright, let's call that baby in. Let's call it in. Now, we do have, you know, we are up 1-0. So, again, this being a pretty difficult map, and you know, to capture the relay, I'm just going to try and make sure that, you know, they don't get back with our relay. And, you know, I know there's guys sitting up here in the back building, so I'm going to try and take them out if I can. So there's one guy right there. Oh shit! I didn't realize I was at ammo. Oh man, that was crazy. Yeah, I'm pretty much out of ammo here.
60 seconds. Keep the pressure.
All right, so we got a minute left. Again, I'm just gonna, you know, I know our relay is back in our base. I know their relay is right there, but I know also that they know I'm in here. So I'm gonna stay cloaked, and I'm gonna try and catch these guys if they try and come back up here to get me, or the guy that I killed. There's the Ceph airstrike going to work, and I think these guys. Oh yeah, see, I definitely don't have the M12.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Definitely not. Yeah.
Enemy relay taken.
Okay, so we got the relay, but I'm trying to take this guy out with the handgun. Oh, get him! Where's the relay? Let's go grab it. We don't really have enough time anyway, but you know, not a bad game. Again, just trying to show you the class, and right there. I mean, again, you can't have your primary. You're forced to fire your secondary. You can't aim down the sights while you're running with the relays. So, just wanted to show you a bit of gameplay there, and you know, just discuss more specifically the class configuration, which again is very, very important. I went 17-2. You know, I had two. I think. Looks like I had 2 returns. I didn't have a capture, but you know, we got one. And I know there's only 3 players on the enemy team at this point in time, but if you go back and look at how many kills we got and how many deaths they took, those 3 players only account for about half the deaths, or half the kills that we got on the enemy team. So, you know people left the game. It wasn't 6v3 the entire time. Alright, so that's Capture the Relay. I will be posting more gameplay shortly. I've got some more Capture the Relay, some more Team Deathmatch. I mean, pretty much everything except for the last 2, I think, Assault and, is it Extraction or Evacuation or whatever, the last 2 game types. And again, there's just too few people that have ranked up enough to unlock those game modes to play them. But I'll try again tonight and see what happens. Anyways, hope you like that one. For more, visit NextGenTactics.com. I'm Spider-Bite, and I'm out. Hey guys, we're on Facebook. Check the description of this video for the link to our new Facebook application. Subscribe and get our latest video updates posted right on the wall on your own Facebook page.